I like to differentiate, because the left has really set the frame. Like you look at anti-hate, like they just set the frame right there. But I like to differentiate between racism and ethnocentrism, because to me they're different, right? Like if someone, and I'll even leave race out of it, well, I'm going to do whatever I can to end that person because I have to protect my kids. I'm protecting what I love. And wanting to protect, whether it be through white skin or culture, like I don't give a fuck. You protect what you love. You want to preserve what you love. This has nothing to do with an outward motivated hate. This is, I want to preserve what's behind me. I want to preserve the things that I love, the things that I value, the part of my culture and heritage. And that's ethnocentrism, right? I love my culture. I love my people. And like you said, you can hold up that card, black people protecting black, or standing up for black people, brown people standing up for brown people, gay people standing up for gay people. Great. But people have that reaction they've been conditioned to have when white people standing up for white people. But it's not because I hate all you out there. You go do your own thing. I don't give a fuck. But I want to protect my own because I love them and they're my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I think the really key part to what you're talking about is the love thing. I love my people and like I prioritize them, and that's kind of where the motivation is coming from. That's I was actually on a podcast last night and we were talking about this, and that's like, we need to avoid kind of like the low IQ racism. It's the low IQ racism is kind of inevitable though, because most people are medium to low IQ. So like it's just going to happen. But that is an important distinction, especially for people who are going to try to be, leaders in this sort of like phase of Canada becoming more racially conscious. And that is like love over fear and resentment.
Yeah.
Like it needs to be, because like you said, we love our people, we love our culture, and we want to protect that. That definitely needs to be the sort of tip of the spear and like the main thing that drives us. Because if it's kind of more based on the fear and the resentment of, I don't like these brown people, and like I don't want these people around, like you can feel that it's different. It has a different energy. It comes across differently. And it's honestly, like I'm sure I felt that way before. What's his name? Shane Gillis, the comedian, has a hilarious bit on that, where it's like, people like to say they're not racist. They're not racist. It's like, it's kind of like hunger. It's like, yeah, you're not racist right now. But when a cheeseburger cuts you off in traffic, it's like, fuck, I'm really fucking racist right now. But
yeah, dude.
yeah, but great bit. But yeah, like it is important to kind of like stay in touch with that, because I think that especially when people do get overwhelmed by everything that's happening and, they get black-pilled, as they say, it is easy to kind of fall into the sort of fear and resentment part of it. And I think it's important to try to check yourself if that's happening and kind of focus on the love thing. Like what do we want for our country? Like I want this for my country. I love this about my country, about my people, blah, blah, blah. That is an important distinction. However, one thing I will say about what you said before is, you're like, I'm not racist. I'm ethnocentric. I at this point, I don't think you should like resist the label, because like they just say like, yeah, sure, I'm racist. Like, I don't care.
Right.
Because I do agree with you. But the thing is, the word racist has kind of changed. Because like the word racist before used to mean being this sort of like vile person who was filled with that hatred and resentment of what I'm talking about. Like, no, like fuck these blacks, like get them the fuck out. And like, that was the whole thing that they were like focused on. And it was like, kind of like, whoa, you're going like really far out of your way to hate these people. Whereas now racist is like defines anything having to do with race that makes people uncomfortable. Right. So this whole conversation has been racist, Kennedy, like based on the new definition of racist. And like, I don't agree with it, but it's like, that's kind of where the popular culture and use of the word is at. So it's like, you might as well just be like, yeah, I guess I'm racist. Like, I love this about this. I love my people, whatever. You're going to call me racist anyway. So, go fuck yourself. And I say that because if you start to go off about, hey, I'm actually ethnocentric, then you kind of like sound like a weird racist person. You know what I mean? Like it's better to say like, hey, fuck you. Like, I'm racist. I don't care. Like, I love my family, you know, like figure it out, you know? I don't
And
know.
actually, well, yeah, it's back to your point of that Chad. Yes, like just owning it. Like you rob the words of their power when you're not afraid to wear it. Okay, so now what?
Yeah,
like I'm racist.
You got
okay,
nothing.
great.
Your weapon is useless against me. Yes, I am racist. Okay, and
Exactly.